Are you ready to take your job search to the next level? If you're tired of sending out dozens of job applications and getting no response, you're in the right place. In this video, we'll be leveraging AI to create a resume that gets you one step closer to your dream job. There'll be no BS, no gimmicks, just tips and tricks that will help you get where you want to be for free. Let's get started. If you don't have a resume, we can definitely create one. I have a free Google Docs template linked in the description. You can make a copy or download it and edit in Word. Ideally, your resume should look professional. Now that you have a template ready, go ahead and go to chat.openai.com. Here's where you want to log in or click sign up. You're going to be able to use ChatGPT. Once you're in, it's going to look something like this. If you don't already know, ChatGPT is a language model developed by OpenAI. Now, what ChatGPT will do for us today is that it's going to write your resume based on the request we give it. So that's the really important part. You can type in, write me a resume, but it's not going to really know who you are and all that stuff. So right now we're going to spend the time writing everything that you have or just pasting everything that you already have there. In the chat box, I'm actually going to send a request, write me a resume that is random. After you press enter, it's going to give you some results. You can see that it came out and it wrote all the information that you need for a resume, from the name to the address to the objective, education, work experience, skills, volunteer experience, and all that stuff. So it's actually a really good start if you never have written a resume before. Here we are able to start from scratch. So in the chat box, you can start filling in the information. Remember that it doesn't have to be perfect, just type in anything that comes into your mind. In our example today, I'm going to say that I worked at Hot Topic in 2020 until now in 2023, and then volunteered at church for 5 years, speak Spanish, and type 100 words. Very simple. You're going to wait a few seconds for it to generate, but you can see that it gave me a sales associate job title and then some bullets. Now you can go in and change the dates, the time, all of that later, the area where you've worked at, city and state. But for now, it's very simple and it has all of that for you. And just a quick note that when you're copying and pasting into your Word document or pasting into Google Docs, what you want to do is paste as values so that you don't lose your formatting. With ChatGPT, you can keep asking it to write you a new resume every time, or even just break it up. Like, hey, I want to write a job position for this, and then I want to write a job position for that. Do it in bits and pieces, and it'll actually be a little bit better. And once you're happy with your resume, I highly recommend for you to open a new chat, copy your entire resume, paste it back into ChatGPT, and ask it to give you feedback. What it's going to do is analyze the information for you. You can give it some context, so you can go on some blog pages, paste in like, this is how a good resume usually looks. This is the information that they present. Can you make sure that this looks good enough for that? So that's a cheat way of getting a free proofreader if you don't have anyone to read it for you. So once you're happy with your resume, we're now going to start applying for different positions. I'm going to show you how to use ChatGPT to update your resume to match those. In our example, I went to Google and just found a random job that I want to apply for. I look at the job description, the job qualifications, and all the information on their post. I copy all of that and paste it back into my ChatGPT, and then following up with some words, I would say, update my resume so that it matches this job description. Or you can say, I want to apply for this job position. Give me a resume that matches. Whenever you're not happy with the results, you can just redo it, regenerate. It is free, so just go ahead and press enter and keep trying. You can always open a new chat as well, because sometimes it gets a little bit confused, and I find that that is a best way to fix that. Before I let you go, I do want to show you how quickly and easy it is for you to get your cover letter. So now you have this job description that you want to apply for. All you're going to do is paste that in and say, write me a cover letter using my information to apply for this job position. And it's going to tailor your information from your first resume, and it's going to add the new job description, making sure that it answers whatever it is that they're asking for. This is a win-win situation. It's not going to be perfect, and you can always edit. So let's say you don't like the first paragraph. Just take that, paste it back into ChatGPT and say, write me a better paragraph. It's very simple. Some key highlights here is that you want to make sure that your resume has consistent formatting. So number one, making sure that everything looks good, clean, from the font size to the margins to all that stuff. This template is already set out for you, so you just keep it consistent. Don't make it really pretty, really uniformed. Keep it professional, kind of boring at first. If you're a marketing creative, then it's going to be a little bit different, but for this one, we need the text. Easy to read so that when they first read it, they know exactly what they're looking at. Sometimes they take half a second and then they chuck your resume to the side. So keep it concise. Next, you want to make sure that your sections are easily readable, meaning your work experience, your summary, your objectives, your references. If you have all of them, make sure they're organized. That way, if they go straight to your work experience and they're looking for 10 years of experience for whatever reason, they know where to find it. Lastly, I highly recommend using bulleted list. Bullets are great because it keeps everything concise. You don't want a really long resume either, 1 or 2 pages at most if you have a lot of work experience. Keep in mind that this is just a resume. If you have a marketing portfolio, if you have other portfolios, references, cover letters, those are separate. So for this one, it's just your work experience, your education, and some of the skills that you want to present yourself. So think of it as a first impression. We really want the program or the hiring manager to be able to read and know who you are. And if you do have any questions or how we can use this to make it look prettier, feel free to leave me a comment down below. Thanks for watching.